Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. All right, Aquarius, here we are with the Three of Cups energy to start the reading. I was going to say start the day. You might be watching this early in the morning. These do come out at 5 a.m. Chicago time, which is the area, the time zone that I'm in, right? Central time. And so we have the Three of Cups. It's all about abundance. Now, I know things have not been easy. I can feel that. There's been a lot of anxiousness lately, stirrings in you. I think a lot of it has to do with some kind of very physical world anxiety, okay? I don't think this is necessarily like spiritual energies, although everything is a spiritual energy, right? But I don't think that this is like you're having some kind of issue with faith or something like this. But I do feel in the physical world, in your daily life, in your work area, maybe your home area, maybe relationships or creativity or, whatever it is. Whatever it is in this consensus reality that we all share, supposedly, there's something. It's been anxiety. But here, we have that Three of Cups coming in. Now, this isn't an abundance of anxiety, right? But this is a shift. And I feel like you are headed towards something pretty profound. It feels lush. It feels fulfilling. It feels holistic. And now I'm excited to see where is this taking us. Let's go ahead. We're going to turn the bowl. And I do use a bowl. I don't know. I think that these little bowls are for water, maybe. Like washing hands, possibly. I don't know. I actually really don't know, which is wild. But I started using them because they are a little more flat, right? Like this. It's easier to see the formations on camera. And I just like them. I actually really like to hold these more than a teacup. I drink my tea out of them. And just in general. So I don't know. I like them. I like these little bowl things, but they're perfect for seeing these formations. As you can see, we already have some beautifully formed images. And I want to do a real big shout out to those of you who have been coming and watching readings. Maybe this is your second one. Maybe this is the second year you've been here. You've seen many readings. But shout out to those of you who really start to see the images yourself. And not even just the ones that I see, right? You're training your eyes to look for patterns. Right? Just like looking at clouds, or when you get a cracker that looks, oh, look at this. It looks like, the state I grew up in or whatever. Yeah, you do. You start to see things in everything, really. And that's pretty, it becomes really interesting when your brain has been trained in that way. Because I'll tell you what, I can barely go anywhere without reading anything. Okay, let's see. So I feel like we have a mountain lion here, a cougar. which where I come from is one of the most scary things. I'm from Northern California. I'm from Sacramento area, and up closer to Folsom, right? Not all the way up to Folsom. I wasn't that fancy up the hill, but I was deep in the valley, okay? But yeah, mountain lions, very real risk of mountain lions. You go out on those trails, you go hiking, you go biking, you go out to the lake, even just in a neighborhood somewhere, right? They are lurking, and they are sly, and they're fast. Ooh, and I don't know. I've never seen one out in the wild. Thank God. But yeah, I mean, they are big and powerful. So I'm looking at this, and for me, this is very much about stealth. Okay, so being less perceived, being able to kind of almost cloak your aura, right? To move about without anybody noticing what you're doing. Right? So I think you're really in a mode where it's like, okay, now I'm putting on my invisibility here. I'm the invisible woman. I'm the invisible man, or they, or all, I won't go down the line of all of them, but yes. And so I feel like part of this is it is a posture that you like to be in. I think that you are that old term wallflower, which is like somebody, if you can imagine, like at a school dance or at any kind of dance, right? The VFW dance or whatever. Somebody who's always standing against the wall, hiding in the shadow a little bit, right? Well, you want to be a part of the thing, but you don't really want to be a part of the thing, right? You want to be watching the thing. You want to see what's going on. You don't want anybody to talk to you. Or maybe you do a little bit, but like that might be too much if they actually do. So, I feel like you are kind of in this stealth, almost kind of like a wallflower. I think that that's something that you have been on and off throughout your life. Right? You're kind of a switch person, though. I feel like you're also, in certain contexts, very outgoing. You are very extroverted. But it's with people that you love, care about, trust, all of that kind of thing. You're not going to just show it off to anybody. You don't let just anybody in. So we also have this mother goddess energy. We have this energy of going stealth. We also have, and we look up here, we have this formation of, and it looks like a person with their arms raised. We also have the umbrella, okay? Over here we have a fairy godmother. It looks like the dress and the little head and kind of like flying over with the wand, right? The wand of passion, fire, creativity, that life-bringing energy that we all need in, every cell, every atom, every little whatever size of measurement of particle or whatever. It does. It flows through. It flows through all of these things, bringing life. And so we also have the magician here. Yes, standing on the head of the serpent. Okay. We also have, it looks like a tooth and a worm. A worm. That's a weird one. I'm like, I already mispronounce things. I guess I have a bit of a speech impediment, but also I'm just, I've taught myself a lot of like everything I've learned, I've read pretty much myself, right? So I just say it how I think it should be said, and I am resolved in that now. I don't give a hoot. Yes, I do. A little bit. You can correct me. It's okay. I won't cry. I might a little bit. But we have this powerful shift happening for you, where I feel like, yeah, you have been monk mode, right? You've been in that winter retreat, or that winter arc, as they say in those like grind videos and things, away from, sequestered from everybody else, pretty much. I feel like people have been asking, where have you been? I haven't seen you in a while. That's what you hear a lot. Well, where have you been? You have been building your world. Yes. We have the magician, the world builder. We have the magician on top of the head, right, of the serpent. So mastering knowledge, transmuting that knowledge into wisdom through active participation with the knowledge, the data. So not just like learning something, but fully in as if you were in some kind of like, like a trade school or something, learning a skill. You're reading the book, watching the videos, but you're also working alongside. You're filtering the data through your own beautiful, divine circuitry, right? And it's coming out the other end as something useful, something that you know about deeply because you have partaken in. So you are not only experiencing and learning the thing, baby, you know the program. You have the tools. You are creating. You are creating. You know the ins and outs. So maybe it is. Maybe it's something like you got a new kind of job. Maybe you started a business. Maybe you decided, well, I'm going to go, learn about whatever. Go study this thing. And you get immersed in it. In my household, we write lists of things that interest us. Just whatever comes up. I want to learn, I don't know. My daughter wants to learn about animal teeth. That was something she was very interested in this last week or so. So animal teeth went on the list. One of the other things, building prehistoric or, kind of Stone Age era shelters. So we have a little property. We have a lot of woods and in like open grass area, right? Where you can like kind of build stuff. And that was another thing we were interested in. We put it on the list. Okay, so yeah, not everything's going to like be the most interesting, but sometimes you hit on something. Recently, you might know my husband over at Dove and Serpent Tarot. His name is Paul. And I don't think, he's probably mentioned it, I'm sure. But recently we had like a play date kind of meetup thing with a bunch of kids, right? I've been trying to really mom it up and set up like a play group and this kind of thing and get all these moms together and kids together. And anyways, we flew kites. Well, my husband, Paul, he's amazing. Go check him out. He was enthralled. I know it wasn't the first time he'd ever flown a kite, but it was like remembering again. Something that it's hard to understand why, but it just pulls you in. You're immersed in it. All of the time, the minutes, the hours, they fly by. You're just so into it. So I feel like you've been finding the work you need to do, right? But you've also like been absolutely devoted to the process. Once you know, once you've locked in, there you are. There's nothing else. And so I do feel that up here, right, we have the fairy godmother. We also have the goddess. I feel that all of these spheres of self, right, they are perceivably in this very balanced place where everything is kind of aligning. Your luck is up. Your intuition off the charts. You're focused on your priorities. The distractions minimal. The work, that is what makes you feel something. Now, of course, we have all kinds of emotions throughout our days, and things come up and things go your way and they don't. And, you know, of course, all these things that we kind of swim through in our lives. But then there are these moments where we have these deeper, just to the core of our being, these emotions, these strands, and they hit on those almost kind of archaic places within self. And I feel that you are accessing emotions and sensations and deep impressions woven into your very being. I would not be surprised if you've been having very potent dreams, maybe even to the point where you're waking up a lot. You might be like having night sweats and that kind of thing. I feel like it's just so, it's in every aspect of your life. You know, it's not like this feeling of after work, then I can work on my rituals or think about my, you know, my practices or my you know, beliefs and whatever it is. If it's spiritual, religious, science, psychology, mythology, whatever it is that you, and it could be all of them woven together, you know. But I feel that for the first time in a long time, it's like you've shed skin, right? You've gone through your molting, you're emerging into this place that you've dreamed of being. And here you realize I have been here. I've been in this theater that I so desired, into this place. I've built this life. I have the whole thing ready, and now I just have to awaken within it. And that's what you're doing. You're coming into your power. You've always had your power, but now you recognize it. And it is on the rise, baby. It's on the rise. All right, let's see. We're going to turn this. And we talked about the tooth, okay? The tooth and the worm. So to me, it also looks like a large tooth. Look at that. So to me, I feel that this might be quite literal. I feel that there is somebody, or maybe it's you, having maybe like an acute tooth issue, right? Like you chipped it, or you've been having some pain, something stuck in there. You've eaten the dreaded popcorn or whatever, and it's just wedged in there. But I do feel that there's something with a tooth, right? And as somebody, and I'll say this, like with all the courage I have, it was always one of my deepest shames, or, you know, like insecurities. My teeth. I always had not the worst, but not the best. And then they just got bad as they got older. I didn't grow up in an environment where there was like a lot of emphasis on taking care of these kinds of things, right? And so to have teeth problems for like an extended amount of time, not only like does it really affect like your confidence, of course, but it's painful. It's so painful, not until I really like had a good overhaul and like fixing of things did I realize how much pain you live with. And it's at the core of your face and brain. And, not only is it dangerous, but it's so painful. And you're just living with like, all this cortisol basically, So anyways, I'm very passionate about if you absolutely, you just got to take care of these things. I know it's so expensive and my goodness, at least in America, the ability to even just go to a dentist because of the way insurance is set up or, getting assistance to be able to go, not a lot of providers in a lot of places. It's hard. It's hard to get into somebody, and I get that. But it needs to be a priority if you have something going on. And I'm not trying to mom you a little bit, I mom everybody. I'm sorry. But yeah, just please take care of it because it could be something that, really has quite an effect on your life. It can, and very quickly too. So get those teeth worked out there. So we have E7, if that means anything. Are you going to go play bingo? You better take me with you. I'm so bad at bingo. I actually have like a little hang coming up with one of my friends. Oh, yes, I said that, friend. I've made a friend, you guys. I made a friend here in the real world. Can you believe it? And we're going to go play bingo. Late. It's like at 7 o'clock at night. I can't remember I don't remember the last time I went out by myself at 7 o'clock at night. I mean, with somebody besides my family, right? So I'm like, it feels weird, but good. Okay, the other thing, I feel like we have Mark, M-A-R-K, Mark, maybe. Or Mork. It could be Mork. Or was that Mort? Mort and Mindy? You remember that show with Robin Williams? His outfits were dope. He had cool outfits, that guy. All right, let's see. We're going to turn this thing. Ooh, you have somebody watching you from the sidelines a bit. Ooh. And from down here, when I look at it, this one looks like a cow. We have the cow over here with the solar disk right here. So as I said that, I know that this is, it feels like somebody that really carries the energy of like a mother. And I relate that to Hathor. Very smart. We have the octopus right here. Very smart. We have the arrow. I almost feel like this is somebody who has a love interest in you, or like I don't know, maybe it even kind of like, it seems like it verges on love, like an amorous love, eros. And it might be that this is a masculine person who is very tied to this energy of Hathor, or the middle goddess. So this is somebody who seems very balanced, open, very intuitive. It's the voice that really draws you in. And I feel like it's like they've been waiting for the right time. I think that it's like they know you've been going through it a little bit. So it's kind of almost like they're waiting, just waiting until things are cool, right? Like things have calmed down. You seem to be, more willing to like come out of your shell kind of thing. And I think as they see that this like shift is happening, you're going to be hearing from them a lot more. I feel like they're finding reasons to kind of, bump into you or be around you or, or, whatever, just to see you. Okay, so let's do 3 lucky numbers. 79, 79, 23, 79, 23, and 100. All right. Now, we also have the Wild Bohemian affirmation cards, and I'm just going to go ahead and flip through, stop where it feels right. Sometimes these little cards are hard to kind of manage. Okay, let's turn them over. It says, number 11, I've come. Everything is completely new under the sun. You see with a lover's eyes. Oh, yes, you see with a lover's eyes. Yeah. All right. Well, Aquarius, I want to tell you I love you because I do. And I thank you so much for spending this time with me. It's always such an honor. Now, if I could ask you so kindly, if you want to like, subscribe, or leave a comment. The algo loves them. They love all of these interactions. It helps push the video out further. It puts me into the recommendations of other people who maybe wouldn't have seen this kind of thing, this niche otherwise. So it really does. Any kind of, that's the best way you can help me. If you are down to help, right? We want to grow the channel. I'm hoping that I am able to do more work as our schedule gets a little more tightened up here. And I want to do more readings. I also want to expand into some other things, right? I know I've been saying for a long time, I'm going to do guided meditation. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do, that recently I've been working on a little book. I'm hoping to have that done by summer. It's coming along pretty well. But, these things, I don't have enough time in the day, hours in the day to get all the stuff done I want to, but I will, slowly but surely. But anyways, I love being here with you. Thank you for spending this time with me. Please take care of yourself. We're going to talk in a few days. Good night.